Welcome everybody to the Latin Nerds Network. My name is Jose, and this is my review for The End of Oak Street. J.J. Abrams producing this one. We got the guy who directed It Follows, which is a very cool horror movie a few years ago. We got Ewan McGregor and Anne Hathaway here. I love Anne Hathaway, who just happens to be in everything this year. This is, I think, her fourth or fifth movie. I know she's got at least one more coming out this year, so she's been plenty busy, which is okay because I like me some Anne Hathaway. You know who doesn't? But this one here, they play a married couple who's married just on the rocks, to say least. And they're trying to keep it together because they do have two kids, of course, trying to keep the family afloat. Takes place back in the 80s, I think 1982 is when this movie actually takes place. And then one day, I guess, mysteriously, the whole big chunk of the neighborhood they live in just gets transported, whatever the case is, to the prehistoric times, if you will. Now dinosaurs begin to roam the neighborhood and cause havoc, and they have to find a way to survive, protect their family, of course. So interesting premise. I mean, who doesn't like dinosaurs? Even the shitty Jurassic Park movies make a lot of money because people like dinosaurs. So what the hell, right? This one here promised to be something interesting and unique. Kind of a take this kind of a land of the lost kind of take to it. If anybody who might remember what the hell that is, this came out many years ago. But yeah, listen, overall, it was good. I actually enjoyed this film. It's funny because the first hour I was just kind of not on board. It took a little time to get going, which is fine because I know they have to build up the family, make you care, and they do that. I thought they could have maybe just put the gas to the pedal a little bit early on. And even when the dinosaurs started showing up, I was just kind of like, I'm gonna say bored, but not as interested or as excited as I should be. And I think a big part of it is because we just seen this kind of thing before, right? Jurassic Park, kind of ruined it for everybody because after that, okay, now we've seen 5 or 6 of these sequels of dinosaurs, Jurassic World. So, we know what to expect. There's nothing new, and we don't have the awe or wonder anymore seeing, big dinosaurs on screen anymore. It just doesn't have that. So you have to offer something unique or really entertain us with it. And the first hour, I was like, okay, I wasn't quite on board, but it does finish strong, and I thought really pulled up the movie. It's a lot of cool, fun moments, and all that overall, giving you a fun experience, flawed, but fun and entertaining for sure. It's funny because this movie has that kind of Spielberg kind of style to it, taking place in the 80s. Got that aesthetic. The music kind of reminded me of a Spielberg film with the kids and all that. So it had that vibe, and J.J. Abrams has done it before. Things like Super 8, for example, which is pretty much an homage to Spielberg and his kind of filmmaking. So that was kind of interesting. Anne Hathaway is really good in this, as is McGregor, of course. The kids are good. You take that first hour aside, and it's funny because like in that first, the issue with it because once the dinosaur shot showing up, you figure it'd be total chaos, right? People running around the streets going crazy and being chased and hunted down, and you don't get any of that. It seems like everyone's just locked in the houses. They don't really show anybody, barely, maybe the neighbor here and there, and someone who already had a friend of theirs that died inside the house. But I'm like, where's the chaos? I'm not sure what's really going on here. And you do get that towards the end of the film. Like, okay, now this is what I'm talking about. People running around being chased. That's the kind of thing that should have, I thought, start off early on, making this a really fun full ride for the entire hour and 40 minutes of the runtime. But that said, that second half is a lot of fun. There's a really cool moment. Even when it was slow, that first hour building up, there was some really cool moments in there for sure. The dinosaurs look good. There's some good kind of jump scare moments. For a PG-13 movie, they kind of really, walk that edge of the line in terms of what they show you in terms of people dying and how they die and all that. So that was cool. And I guess I'll say this because almost I said more than halfway through, I'm like, okay, there's nothing really original here. Not that it's not entertaining, just nothing really original that I haven't seen before in other dinosaur movies. But there is one scene, and I won't spoil it because I think it's better to go in fresh. But there's one particular scene which is ridiculous, but it's something we've never seen in a dinosaur movie. And a dinosaur is doing something which I didn't think I see on the big screen. So that was very interesting, funny, awkward, but it kind of worked, and it kind of paid off at the end of the film. That was really cool. I think good death scene, surprising moments in there, a good ending. I think a crowd-pleasing ending for sure, and how they came up with it. I like the idea behind it, that when they finally reveal what exactly happened to some degree, I like that came together. So it was really well done, and ended up being a fun, entertaining ride. This movie won't change your life. This isn't as good as, of course, Jurassic Park, but I think it's as good as the majority of the Jurassic World sequels in terms of dinosaur movies, right? Entertaining, you care about the characters, cool moments, some good laughs, and overall, I think it's definitely worth to go to the theater and watch it if you get a chance for sure. That's a good recommendation on my end. But if you can't get to the theaters, definitely watch it at home, because I think it's definitely a good time for sure. You watch it with the family and all that. So that said, the end of Oak Street, you guys are going to watch it. Comment below, let me know what you guys think. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed money to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.